Saturday, Field Yates' top 10 best available prospects include Colorado's Shedeur Sanders, with 5 quarterbacks already taken in this year's draft. ESPN's final draft day predictor gave Sanders a 97% chance to be taken in the first round and had no simulations in which he was still on the board at pick number 55. For more on the draft, let's welcome in Field Yates. Field, I haven't heard this many conspiracy theories since COVID. Can you explain what's going on with Shedeur Sanders?
Yes, Dan, I wish I had a better answer for you, to be entirely candid. I had Shedeur Sanders as the 16th rated player on my big board coming into this draft process. I thought there was a chance that Shedeur Sanders could go late in the first round. He actually was 29th in my final mock draft. I don't have an explanation now for the fact that Shedeur Sanders is still available, with 102 players already having heard their names called so far in this draft. If you go back to last season, you can go back to any of the 4 seasons that Shedeur Sanders played college football, what you see is one of the most talented pocket passers in all of FBS, at least these past 2 years at Colorado. He was the only FBS passer to complete over 80% of his passes when he wasn't under duress last season. I figured he would definitely hear his name at some point called today, and it turns out I was flat out wrong.
But there's still 4 more rounds to go, Field, and you have to figure somebody's going to pick Sanders at some point. So now how does fall into day 3 affect the number of suitors who might choose him now?
Yeah, I think the reality is once we get to day 3 of the NFL draft, teams are going to be drafting much more for value than just need. And I think as a result of that, there are teams that aren't necessarily in the market for a starting or even a second quarterback right now, but might see a developmental opportunity here. Teams that maybe already have their quarterback in place for 2025, but are thinking about 2026 and beyond with a longer runway, might be interested in Shedeur Sanders on day 3. But make no mistake about it, it is the most discussed storyline going into the draft, and will certainly continue to be going into day 3. And again, I just don't have any way to comprehend how Shedeur Sanders is still on the board with 102 players already having been picked.